Welcome to Tobar's Realm. Today I'm going to be starting the process of building some cardboard armor for my 9-year-old daughter. This is a helmet I built a few months ago, made out of cardboard and riveted together and reinforced with some galvanized wire that helps keep its shape. Around the edge I used just beer box cardboard folded over the edge to reinforce those, and that's got wire inside of there too, just to maintain its shape. But now I am starting on the chest plate. I've already started on it, but I like to use beer box cardboard. It's pretty durable. It's easy to make into a pattern, and that process I just started getting her measurements to figure out what size to make the patterns. So I started with the front chest. This is a Keystone Light 30-pack box that is a nice large size. And I like to use the pre-made folds in the cardboard so that I can make a mirror image of itself to make sure it's perfectly even. So, got those cut out and got the holes punched for it. And I reinforced the holes with some circles that I just glued on there just to make it thicker, to make it stronger for the rivets. So I use just some nickel plated, I think they're called snap rivets, pop rivets, snap rivets. So I'll put that together and show you how it works. Alright, so I just tacked those together with the rivets. They're not hammered together yet, but I just wanted to show the articulation of the chest plate. And the same goes for the back, where it will be able to bend forward. So the next step is that I am going to be adding the trim all the way around, and then these are just tacked together with those rivets also. This is the upper back piece. So I just made some strips, wrapped it around the edge, and I'm going around that. Once I rivet it together, I'll put wire inside of that also. So this part takes quite a while. Just got to get those strips in the right shape to be able to follow the contours. Alright, well, I got all the way around. Like I said, those aren't hammered together yet. They're just snapped together to hold it. I have a bunch more of that angle piece to fit on the sides there. Now I just gotta continue working on the rest of the back pieces, and then ultimately the front pieces too. So that's going to be a long, tedious process. So I got the border all the way around the back pieces, just tacked on there. And now it is time to start on the front pieces. I'm just going to do the same thing. Got a bunch of strips prepared here, and so I'm just going to start working my way around the fronts. All right, well, I got the trim around all those pieces, front and back. This is the front I finished. All the way around. And then I already had the back done last clip I did. There are some extra holes where I was trying to figure out the pivot point, but that's fine. I think they'll blend in with the paint anyway. So next thing to do is take it all apart, paint all the trim black, paint all the panels white, and then add some black highlights and then reassemble and rivet them together and put the wire in there behind the edge pieces. Well, I got the first coat of paint on the body pieces and the first coat of paint on the borders. The black worked way better. I'll just have to touch up some spots. I'll do a second coat on the white. Got the second coat of white paint on there. And the second coat of black paint. So I'm looking forward to reassembling this. Unfortunately, I have a hand surgery tomorrow, so I'm not sure when I'll be able to get back to it, but soon, I hope. Well, I got all the breastplate pieces painted and those black stripes on there to match the helmet that's already constructed. So now I'm gonna start adding the trim pieces around the edge and wire in between the border and the breastplate piece. So I'm just starting on the first piece of getting the trim around the edges and the wire in there. This is just 17 gauge electric fence wire. And I got all my rivets. I think the hardest part with this will just be getting started to get that wire kind of stabilized, and then I'm just going to work my way around. And once I get to the end, I'll trim it off, and I think I'll probably, I did a little test piece where I will just bend over the end and just flatten it out just to keep it from trying to poke through the cardboard over time. So here we go. So I just got that wire tacked in there with these, and this will be kind of fun. I just had hand surgery yesterday, so everything I'm doing isn't hurting it, so I guess if it starts to hurt, I'll know I went too far. Just going to continue doing that around the edges. Don't have to do the rivets super tight. This cardboard's thin, and these rivets are actually a little bit too long for this, so just enough to get them attached. I got all the way around it, and I was right, the wire was the hardest part. But now with the wire in there, I can bend it to where it is the correct shape. Add some rigidity to it, and this is the back middle piece. So do it again for another one. All right, well, I got the trim on all the pieces. This is the back plate and the front plate. They're not attached together yet, but just sitting there. And now I'm working on the straps that will connect the top of the back to the top of the front. And those are just going to be riveted on. I'm going to have to remove 2 of those to attach that in there, and then connect those together. And then I need to figure out exactly, I don't think I'm going to rivet them together because it won't allow enough range of motion. I'm thinking maybe tie a little piece of leather like shoelace so it'll have some extra space to move. And then I'll have to figure out the straps to connect the front and the back. I got the pieces hooked together there. I ended up using the leather strap like I had planned on, and I just tied a little knot on the inside and the outside. So now it's got pretty good, this is the front plate, and then on the inside it's just got a little knot tied there. I also got the top straps riveted on there, and then I had my daughter try it on and her head's too big to fit through here. I thought it would fit, but it doesn't, so I'm gonna have to pull that off. And then I was trying to figure out what am I gonna do to attach the front and back together and replace these. I actually have an old orthopedic boot from a foot surgery I had a while back. It's got a bunch of pretty good Velcro straps that were on it, so I think I'm going to use that for the sides and for the shoulder pieces. Then it'll be adjustable and take it completely apart so she can fit in it. So take these off, figure out how I'm going to want to fit these on there. To get these rivets off is really easy. You just drill out the back of it and then it comes right up. The little piece just usually sticks to the drill bit, then the back comes right off and they just come right out like that. So I got the little, I guess you could call it a D-ring attached to the top of the front plate on both sides, and then I attached some Velcro on the back plate just through those top 3, and then I added 2 at the bottom. I reinforced that with a little piece of cardboard, glued it on there just to reinforce it for when that Velcro is going on and off. I think that'll work. Just got to do the same thing to the other side. Alright, I got the top straps and D-rings put on. Now on the side, I think I'm going to do something similar. I'm going to mount one of those D-rings on the front piece here. And then on the back, kind of do the same thing as I did on the top. I'm just going to put one here to be able to attach to that D-ring. So, might have to cut this strip lengthwise to make it a little bit narrower to fit in here, but no big deal. Well, I got the side pieces done. Got those Velcro straps on there. I reinforced it on the back and underneath where it's riveted through. I ended up taking it apart because it was just too hard to deal with. I just gonna have to put some new leather straps in there. Got the front piece with the D-rings attached, so now I just need to put that leather lace in there, and I think I might be done. Well, looking good. Got it top straps in place, side straps in place. Gotta try it on my daughter and have her test it out. A couple little errors I made along the way. Put a rivet hole in the wrong spot, but another mistake I think I made was going around the corners. I cut those a little bit too small. Later I made them wider to make the around the corner. That seemed to be better, but just for fun. She's probably going to destroy it anyways, but I enjoyed making it.